Hey, comic book fans, what is happening? Guys, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do Spider Slayer's comic book haul. This is episode 380, and this is the video series where each and every week I do my darndest to show you which books that I picked up at the comic book store. How you guys been doing? Hopefully, you guys didn't notice me missing last week. I was actually on vacation last week. My daughter had nationals dance competition, so I did get my books, but I never got a chance to do a haul. So today, my family is out. I actually have some free time by myself. So I said, you know what? Why not do a comic book haul live this week and do it prime time? Now, no one is expecting this to actually happen, right? To actually see that this video exists right now. So if there's any people watching, I will be actually shocked because I did not announce this. And my comic book hauls are usually during the day. And yeah, this is prime time. And if a younger audience right now is not going to be home watching me, they're actually going to be they're going to be actually going out. So if you catch this post live, that's awesome. Whoever does join us on this live stream tonight, guys, thank you so much for taking the time and watch. So this week for comics for me was a huge week. Okay, there were some things that I wound up buying that I normally wouldn't buy, but at the end of the day, it winds up benefiting me. I wind up getting money back in return for purchasing these certain comics. So I'll show you guys. So first things first here, I have the mysterious black bag. And Robert says, hey, Mike. And so Robert's on. What's happening? Thank you for watching. And here's the mysterious black bag. It's on there. Got 4 people watching. That's cool. I'll take it, right? 1 like right now. 5 people watching. That's good. So here is the mysterious black bag, guys. And what's inside is a whole stack of comics. David Johnson's on there, and he says, hey, Spider Slayer. So black bag goes on the floor. That's the second one on the floor in this garage. So here's our stack, like I said. So yes, lots and lots of books this week, guys. So first things first, I wound up picking up some of these extra things in here. I got that Jonathan Hickman and Pepe Larraz X-Men promotional card. That's right around the corner, guys. It's coming very, very soon. So if you guys are into it, it comes out on July 24th. Be there or be square. They're doing a midnight release for it. David Johnson says new Miles Morales has been selling out here in Tennessee. Really, I will show you that I did pick up that book, but why is it so important? So I'm very curious to see. And then there's a beginner's course at my comic book shop on how to paint, in case you want to do that. K Crawl is on. What's up, buddy? He says, hey, Mike, I got in print Superman number 13, Supergirl 13, The Flash 74, Wonder Woman 74, and The Amazing Spider-Man issue 25. I can tell you one thing this week. The comics were very expensive. That is one thing I noticed. And maybe your comics book store actually had this. They were giving this away for free this week. Young Guns. This is the new generation of hot new artists that are in Marvel. So their work is featured in this sketchbook. And I also got the promotional poster of Powers of X in that book as well. So that can go somewhere in one of these cabinets that I have free of open space. So I wound up getting that too. And then, like I said, this gives you all the artwork from all the new hot up and coming artists out there. So K-Crawl says, correction, it was 32 was issue for Supergirl. So he's just correcting himself there. So I wound up getting that. So if you're interested in the hot young guns, the newest artists in Marvel Comics, you pick that up for free. So here we go. So here is the first book I'm going to show you guys. 9 viewers right now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. 4 thumbs up. Like I said, guys, give it a thumbs up. Share this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let other people know that my channel exists out there in the YouTube world. All right. So here we go. Amazing Spider-Man, issue 25. It's kind of sad these days when you have the 25th issue considered a milestone. And it's funny how many comics these days don't get past 25. We just jump into another volume. But this one's a thick book. It's 60 pages of Spider Mania, right? That's what it claims to have in here. This is year 2 of Nick Spencer. Maybe we get the outcome of what happens with uh, what's his name, Kindred or something like that, the new bad guy. We have Ryan Otley's artwork on the book as well, so that's always really, really nice to see. Good to see him back, and we got Invisible Woman in there as well, taking selfies with the female Electro. So I'm very curious to see what's going on in this book and what Nick Spencer has in year 2 when it comes to Spider-Man. If you haven't bought this book yet, be prepared, guys. $7.99 price point here. So you might have to sacrifice a couple of comics this week for this amazing Spider-Man title. So what do you guys think about the price of that book? You think it's too much? I probably think it is. Let's see. Slime joins the show. Says at David Johnson. Yeah, but he only just started working out, so his guns are young. That's so funny. All right. So going on to the next Spidey title, guys, we have Symbiote Spider-Man issue 4. Guys who saw Far From Home, right? I thought that movie was absolutely awesome. The end credit scene was absolutely spectacular. No pun intended. I was shocked by the time I got to the end of it. I saw that movie while I was on vacation. I thought last Thursday, I think it was. But nevertheless, we have Mysterio in this one, right? And looks like he gets control. Maybe he gets the symbiote suit, or he gets a piece of the symbiote suit from Black Cat. He kind of blackmailed Black Cat in the last issue. We have Greg Land artwork inside this book. I think the artwork is really well done. I think the colors are very bright and vibrant. Again, facial expressions when it comes to Greg Land's artwork is a little bit wonky. It's out there, but nevertheless, when he has his characters in costumes, I think they all look good, guys. What do you think about that? So, yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man issue 4. This has been a pretty good series. Peter David is writing it, pretty much on board with it. So, there we go. All right. David Johnson says, I had to borrow $3 from my daughter to pay that $7.99 book for that amazing Spider-Man. It's hilarious. It's good. And he also says he's digging land on the book, actually. Next, and I kind of want to hit myself in the head because I wanted to get that carnagized variant cover, and I just did not have enough to buy it, but I wound up getting Thor, issue 15. Thor is, worthy once again of the hammer. I wanted to see how the ramifications are, what happens in Thor. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork in this book. I thought when the artist did Weird World, I thought it fit that book because the world was weird. In Thor, it's something that I feel that is needs to be a little bit more detailed. This artwork for me is an acquired taste, but I wanted to read the story and see what happens with Thor and everything else. So I'm very curious to see what goes on there. So that is Thor. This is issue 15. All right. So K. Crawl says Spider-Man Far From Home was amazing, and so far the MCU have been so good and a lot better than Sam Raimi's films of Spider-Man. Oh, night and day. It's huge. I mean, you also kind of can't compare the times, though, too. I mean, when you look at Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, you're going back in the early 2000s, guys. The technology now and then is completely different. And when you watch Raimi's Spider-Man, you can see the age on those movies. Those movies do not age well at all. But you got to admit, when you saw that Spider-Man back in the day, you got to sit there and say, holy crap, that was an awesome movie, right? To see Spider-Man for the first time like that on the big screen, you had to say, wow, that was cool. Now, Spider-Man 3 is a different story. Spider-Man 2 is pretty awesome. But MCU Spider-Man is the best, okay? So that's how I feel about it. Slime says, facial expressions are more important to me than how they look costumes, so I can never really get into Land's artwork. I can totally understand that because when it comes to artwork in a book, and you get those facial expressions, it really impacts the reader, and I love that. And you can read this story and what those characters are going through with those facial expressions, so I can totally get that. All right, so next, when it comes to these DC Year of the Villain books, I don't read a lot of these DC titles, but I got them for the covers. Okay, here is Justice League Odyssey, issue 11. Here we have Cyborg on the cover. This looks pretty badass. Like, if I ran into Cyborg right now, I'd be scared shitless. I would not want to actually run into him in an alleyway. I thought this was really cool. So if you're into this book and you want to check out some of this interior artwork, there you go. But yeah, so we have that in the interior. The reason why I wound up getting these particular covers, guys, is that if I got all of these Year of the Villain covers, my comic book store would give me $24 in store credit. So I was like, hey, why not? Can't beat giving me $24. I read some of these books, so I was like, I'll take it, so why not? And then you get some cool, villain covers on top of it. You never know which ones could be popular, which ones could be spec books, whatever the case may be. So I thought this one was one of the better ones. Happy to have it in the actual collection. Slime says, at Comic Book Corner 2.0, which is me, of course, have you seen that Raimi Spider-Man scene where MJ is being carried by a spider mannequin? No, I have not. I don't think I remember seeing it. All right, next. I think this is the conclusion to Naomi. This is issue 6 of the series. We get to see her have her powers now. I think a lot of people are on board the Naomi train at this point in time. This is the conclusion to that first story. Now she's joining Young Justice. How many of you guys got your hands on this book this time? What do you guys think of Naomi out there? Are you on board for the long haul when it comes to this book? Whether they come out with a season 2 or whether she's in Young Justice. Are you guys digging the story? Are you digging the character? Again, tell me what you think of it, guys. This is Naomi issue 6. These books are popular, so pick it up if you haven't. Great story. All right, next. This is what was talked about earlier on this live stream. Miles Morales, this is issue 8. So I'm not too sure why so many people are on board with this issue. I don't know if this is getting close to the return of the Ultimate Universe. I know people were talking about this book going back to that. We got, looks like, introduced to a new villain in the last issue. Interesting panel work here. We get to see just 4 boxes per page here and just very dark like issue. So very dark, as you can see right here. So not sure what's happening in this book, but Miles Morales is getting ready to hit a milestone issue. And yeah, we'll see if that Ultimate Universe comes back or just certain characters or whatnot. So we'll see what happens. All right. Guy said is a new villain appearance. We saw that villain, I think, show up in the last issue, at least at the end of it. So maybe this is the first full appearance. I don't know. So yes, that's Miles Morales Spider-Man. That's issue 8. All right, so we got a new number 1 this week from Marvel Comics. This one is Invisible Woman issue 1. Is it me, or does this book have like a Charlie's Angels like vibe to it, right? Just look at the cover, look at the big hair from Sue Storm, and but it is a gorgeous cover, and I'm interested to see what this story is going to be about. We never seen Sue have her own individual story, which I think is pretty cool. And if you're a fan of the Fantastic Four and you like her as a character, you might like this particular book. Here's some of the interior artwork if you guys are still on the fence about it and haven't went to your shop yet. So I thought the artwork is pretty clean here. So that's cool. Miles issues issue 10 Legacy is 250, and it's supposed to be the return of the Ultimate Universe. So that is the comment there. So that's what's happening. So here we got the return of Sue Storm. So she's right there. So she makes her appearance for the first time in this book. So I'm curious to see what this story is about. Had to pick it up, see how much interaction she has with the family and whatnot. So how many of you guys are actually reading Fantastic Four's comic by Dan Slott right now? Are any of you guys reading that? I don't hear too many comic fans out there talking about the Fantastic Four. So tell me in those comments, guys, if you are reading any Fantastic Four series right now. So this is issue 1 of that series. All right. So next, we have Detective Comics. This is issue 1007. Now, I'm not a huge Spectre fan. I don't have much history with the character, so I did not enjoy issue 1006 so much. I thought the artwork was pretty good in the book. It found itself very repetitive in the last issue, and I felt like the last story arc with the whole Arkham Knight was much better and more suspenseful for me. But again, when it comes to artwork in Detective Comics, this book, it looks great. Like, check this out, man. Like, look at the stuff that's in this book. So just giving you guys a little bit of a preview of each book, just so you can get an idea of what these books look like, you know. Maybe my haul can help you make a decision on what comics to buy. So that's why I do show you some of the artwork. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but, you know, again, these comics these days cost a lot of money, so if I can help you, I'm more than happy to. So this is Batman Detective Comics. This is issue 1007. All right. So Slime says, I'm reading Fantastic Four, but it's next on the chopping block. I'm giving Slot more of a chance because I loved his Silver Surfer. See, I wasn't a fan of his Silver Surfer run, just because I grew up to a Silver Surfer that it just didn't exist that way. So I wasn't a huge fan of his run on Silver Surfer either, you know. Dan Slott, I love Superior Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man. I thought he just lasted way too long on the series. So, you know, I read a few issues of Fantastic Four, and I just, it's just boring for me, you know. David Johnson says it's been picking up FF, but way behind like the first 3 issues. So it shows you that, you know, both you guys out there that are reading that series, it's not high on your priority list. So remember, if there's comics out there that you truly don't enjoy, don't go out there and spend that money for them, you know. Pick the ones that you really enjoy. And that's myself included, you know. Sometimes I just pick up books to be like, oh, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better, but it just, you know, sometimes it just doesn't. All right, so the next one is The Champions. This is issue 7. Sam Alexander's back. He's trying to get his helmet back. He's trying to get his powers back. And he went on this this journey with this chick because they're like enemies with each other. So she feels like the only way to beat him is if he's at actually full power. And that meant going on the quest to get the helmet. And so once he gets his helmet, they're going to fight to the death. That's supposedly what's going on with this story, you know, or this backup story that's been in, you know, getting up to this point. So we've had a lot of battling and stuff like that. We haven't touched so much main characters, but overall, Champions has been good. Zub is a great writer. The artwork's solid in the book as well. So yeah, I really want Sam Alexander back as a Nova. You know, you don't get to see enough of Richard Rider. I mean, he is in Guardians and whatnot. But, you know, I want to see Nova, whether it's Richard Rider, Sam Alexander, and I also want to see a movie of Nova as well. That would be a great cosmic character to add to the MCU. So here's some more of that artwork right there. So there we go, guys. We have the Champions. This is issue 7. My Pickles joins the show. Oh, wow, I didn't realize Mike was back. Yeah, I'm not back yet. I'm basically doing a video whenever I can, right? So a haul at prime time, this was the time that I could actually do it this time around, okay? And the only thing that's been consistent from me is my top 10 comic book covers of the week. If you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check out that series. It comes out every single Monday where you guys get to vote on my top 10 favorite covers of the week. And by the time you get to the end of the year, fans, you will have that final vote on which comic wins. So it's a really fun series to participate in. If you guys haven't done it, the newest video went up a couple days ago, so check it out. All right, so Slime says, as for the Spider Mannequin scene, it's in the first movie when Spidey saves MJ from the Green Goblin. They show a shot of MJ being held by fake Spidey. Once you've seen it, you won't be able to unsee it. I just don't remember it for some reason. And Barbarian says, hey, Mike, sorry I'm late. That is no problem, Barbarian. I'm happy that you're on. If you can catch any part of this show, it's greatly appreciated. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And My Pickles goes, yeah, I watched years ago and you announced you weren't going to do 2.0 anymore. I missed a lot. Holy crap. That's crazy. Years ago? Dude, I've been doing Oh, I know when you did it. I know when you saw my channel. That was years ago. I actually did take a break from my channel because I also have a group channel that's called Comic Frontline that I work on as well. I wanted to build that channel up, so I took a break from here for a little while, helped build Comic Frontline up, and then I came back to here. So I actually have been back for a couple of weeks, almost 2 years. It will be 2 years in November that I have been back. Go back, watch that content, Mr. Pickles. Or My Pickles, sorry. All right, so who picked up this book this week, guys? Black Hammer, DC issue 1, Black Hammer and Justice League. I did not see this book coming. I would never think that the Black Hammer crew would cross over to the Justice League. Dude, that's totally insane right there. So I'm totally stoked to see what this book has to offer and how do these characters cross over to each other. Some kind of portal or something like that. But I love the artwork in here. This is very, I think it's from the same artist that does the Black Hammer series. Okay. I haven't read Black Hammer in a really long time, but I really love the first series. I actually have the full omnibus that I want to reread. Okay. But I just haven't gotten to it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this has to offer here. All right, so that is Black Hammer and Justice League issue 1. That's $3.99. And Slaughter Cinema is on as well. It says, hey, Mike, what's up, Slaughter Cinema? I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are great. Thank you for taking the time to watch the show. It's a big stack here this week. So let's move on. Next, J. Scott Campbell. Goodness, always love his artwork. This is Black Cat issue 2. Now, the series, the first issue, oh man, it was a reach. I wanted so bad, so bad to like that book, and it just didn't deliver for me. But I'm giving it another try. I need to see what it's up. Hopefully, it gets better. Hopefully, maybe the interior artwork gets better also. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's like Black Cat works with these mysterious guys that you never heard of before, and the Thieves Guild, which you're trying to learn a little bit more of. So here's some of that interior artwork there. Right? So here we go. There's that going on in there. So I don't know. How long do I give Black Cat, or do I just collect it because of the J. Scott Campbell covers? Because I'm a huge fan of his artwork. So that's Black Cat. Issue 2, gotta love the cover as she's hanging upside down in a jewelry store. and the guys are just clueless right there, man. That's so funny. So there you go there. Dragon Slayer Silverclaw says, are you reading Batman and the Outsiders? Not anymore. I read the first 2 issues, wasn't a fan, so I decided to move on. My Pickles Thought says, I thought he was never coming back. I searched him again to watch the old videos for comic nostalgia and realized he's been back for ages. That is so funny. Awesome stuff. And then Barbarian says, check out Comic Frontline. It's great. Yeah, we have a live show that we do every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So check it out over there, guys. It's really, really a lot of fun. It's about a 2-hour show where we talk about our top 5 comics of the week and comics worth of news. It looks like we're going to get some San Diego Comic-Con news coming up soon. So be ready for that. So my pickle said I subscribed, so I'll check it out. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Next, Batman. Batman, issue 74. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm kicking my dad's ass. I have not been a fan of Tom King's Batman run whatsoever. It's just been a complete standstill. There's singing going on. There's poetry going on. This is more like a freaking Broadway play than a Batman comic these days. That's why I decided to read Detective Comics. Why are we still in a freaking desert? Wasn't that the last issue? Like we're in the desert dragging a coffin and shit? I don't know. We're dealing with palm trees and stuff like that. It's just such a slow burn that I can't take it anymore. I don't want to read it anymore, but I collect it because it's freaking Batman, you know? And it's like, I always have hope for Batman. Like, when is the story arc going to end? When are things going to progress? Some people may totally disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I totally get it. Everyone has their own opinion. That's what makes this hobby so great. But for me, Tom King's Batman is a waste. Ever since the marriage failed, it's been just a complete shithole, and I don't like it. It's Batman System 74. Take it or leave it. Let's see. Slaughter Cinema says, I grabbed the Black Hammer hardcover from Amazon back when you showed it off. Sweet. Do you think DC will reboot the comics after the Source Wall story? I don't know, man. When does that actually happen? You know? Do you do another reboot when it comes to DC, though? DC's having some issues, in my opinion. Not as strong as previous years. All right, so YouTube Criminal Online said, no, sir, I don't like it. I don't know, so we'll see with the DC. There's just a lot of books that are missing right now that I probably would normally read, but I'm just not reading, okay? Or it's just not there or available to me. I want to appreciate all the 19 viewers for watching right now. Got 7 thumbs up. Guys, give this video a thumbs up. Let people know that my channel exists out there. We just hit 20 viewers, so thank you very much. All right, moving on. Wolverine, Captain America, Weapon X Plus. This looks like it could be an interesting comic, right? Wolverine, Captain America, got the shield there. What's going on in this book, you know? It's like just when you think we haven't seen enough Weapon 8 shit, you get this book right here. So if you guys are excited with some Captain America and some Wolverine, hey, this might be the book for you. Check out that like intro page right there. That's something you would see out of a movie, right? So this is the interior artwork for this. That looks pretty. Check out the colors in that. Look at the details. Got some Captain America fighting alongside with Wolverine. That is freaking badass. Here's some more right here too. So this might be one you might want to pick up. New #1 goes for the low price of $4.99. So we'll see what happens with the future issues of this book. All right. I just wanted to say hi. I love all the videos you put out. Keep up the good work. And that is done by that guy is Will. So thank you so much for popping in there and saying that. I really appreciate it. All right, next. Here is the Omega War of the Realms. This is issue 1. So this is really the conclusion to War of the Realms. What do you guys think of that event overall? Was this the best Marvel event in some time? I think it was very well done. You know, Thor is worthy again. I mean, he is the man now. He went from zero to hero and all that at the end of one issue, at the end of the last issue. And so I'm very curious to see what is going on. In case you haven't read it, check out this recap page. Dude, it's like you're reading a freaking novel here. Very, very interested to see here what's happening. Jane Foster was Thor again, and now she's going to become a Valkyrie. So that book is going to be coming out. Look at this interior artwork. This work looks good. This is what I expect from a Thor book, not that Weird World shit. So this looks pretty cool. Interested to see. This is issue 1 or the conclusion, whatever you want to call it. All right. Lyric Magic Moments joins in. He says, hi there, Mike. War of the Realms was a good read. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hiram says, love your videos. Greetings from Puerto Rico. So that's cool. We get a viewer from Puerto Rico. And my pickle says, I've been meaning to read War of the Realms, just getting Immortal Hulk, Venom, and Guardians of the Galaxy. So Pickles, just wait until the trade comes out. It'll probably be out in like 2 weeks or whatever it is. And then I would read it in trade. It's a great read, man. You're not going to be disappointed with it. All right. Next, really excited to get back on track with this because we had War of the Realms that interrupted it. This is Donny Cates is back on Venom. This is issue 16. We get to see Eddie's son here, and on the cover, you got Rhino busting through, and they're like eating ice cream. But it looks like look at the ice cream though. It's a Venom actual, like it's made to be like Venom. I think that's just totally awesome. So I guess we're going to get a recap of what happened with the War of the Realms as well, and then how does the story move forward? It will be very interesting. And how does their relationship continue to grow, Eddie and his son? But look at this page right here. How creepy is that shit? Dude, that's insane. And do you think Eddie's son could become the next symbiote or the next Venom? Because maybe Eddie might die with this whole absolute carnage thing. It's just a thought, a theory. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's Venom issue 16. That guy as Will already read the Venom issue, and he said that it was awesome. And YouTube Criminal Mastermind says, cheers from Houston, Texas. Slaughter Cinema says, supposedly Cates tweeted and said there is some dialogue missing from Venom. Oh, that sucks. That really does suck. All right, so next I got this book that I wasn't going to pick up, but I read the description about it, and this is Unearthed issue 1. This is from Image Comics. I think it's done by Colin Bunn. It is done by Colin Bunn, and it's some scientists exploring something that happened in Mexico, and it's some plague that's happening. It's like another zombie book. I'm a sucker for these zombie books and stuff like that. So I want to see what's going on, what this disease is about, what they're studying here, and so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens. So yeah, so that's Unearthed issue 1. Never know, it could be the next big thing when it comes to independent comic books. Colin Bunn does write some scary stuff, creepy stuff, and maybe this one could be it as well. All right. Hope Unearthed is a good book. Yes, I am too, hoping for that. YouTube Colonel Mastermind's been picking up the True Believers line for over a year now. He got all the Venom ones and the Fantastic Four. That's great. I mean, if you haven't read any of those stories before, or your comics are just packed away and you don't want to dig through them and read through them, those books are great, man, for $1. And you just stick them somewhere and you're like, dude, I remember this story. I want to read it. I think that's great stuff. All right. Next, when it comes to the villain, A Year of the Villain, I got Superman issue 13. Looks like this is Lois Lane on the cover. Bright eyes on there. Like I said before, for collecting all these villain covers, I'm going to get $24 in store credit. So some of these books I usually read on a regular basis anyway. Why not get the extra money for it so I can use it for future comics? So that is, here's some of the interior artwork in there, guys. So you got that. And then you have this in here as well. But these books, if you haven't got your books, so see these Year of the Villain books, they are pricey. They're $4.99. I don't think you get many extra pages in there. I just think maybe you pay for the type of cover that it is. It's very heavy cardstock. So just be prepared to spend that money if you want it. So yes. All right. Next, Supergirl issue 13. I definitely don't normally read this series, but check out that cover with Brainiac on it. Oh, look, hey, I'm Brainiac. What's up, guys? Oh, nothing much. I'm Lois Lane. Oh, you want to do a report? No, I'm going to kill your ass. I'm freaking stupid. I got problems. I must be suffering from heat stroke. Too much teaching tennis. But that is a cool cover right there, right? So, yeah, that's insane. So, Supergirl 32 with Brainiac. Let me see if I can show you some artwork in here in case you guys are reading Supergirl. So here's some of that artwork in there, guys. And here's another page as well. So there is that. All right. Slime says, LOL, her name tag got covered. It might actually be Lucy Lang. Well, yeah, maybe. You never know. And then Criminal Mastermind's just laughing at my little my fun moments here. Next is Red Hood Outlaw, issue 36. I also normally read this book as well. This is kind of a cool cover. As Jason Todd is looks like he's kind of beat up. What fight has he gotten into, right? He's been going through tough times. I feel like the book right now at this time is a little bit weaker, but I still like the story how he has taken over the Iceberg Casino. I think that's pretty cool. And, what is going to be the end result in this whole thing? I'm not sure. And are we ever going to get back to Red Hood and the Outlaws? I want to see if that gets back to normal. So that could be quite interesting, too. So that is issue 36 of the series. All right. Next, I have Hawkman, issue 14. I definitely never read this, but pretty cool cover, right? So we'll see what happens. If you're a Hawkman fan, we'll see what happens in this issue. Here's some of the interior artwork here. Let me see if I can find it. So we got that right there. All right, so we got that. And we have so many ads, dude. And then we have this right here, too. So, yeah. So that's what's going on in that one as well. All right. Next, we have Roz on this one with Batman and the Outsiders, issue 3. So I told you I dropped it earlier, right? But it's a villains cover, so I automatically got it. So you have this one with Roz. Hey, look, now I'm Roz. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill Batman. So I guess I'll read it and see what issue 3 is about. I'm not going to lie, though. The artwork in Batman and the Outsiders is nice. But for me, the story is just, it's okay. It's nothing fantastic. It doesn't blow me out of the water, So I don't know. We'll see. So that's issue 3 of that. All right. Vinny says, that's a badass cover by who reads Hawkman, though. And Lyric Magic Moment goes, think there is a first appearance in the Hawkman book. Not a great read, but does do great B covers for it. All right, and then finally, Brant Fowler. Brant Fowler, guys, is on the show. And it's nice of him to join because I'm on my very last comic. But I just wanted to let you guys know he's part of the Comic Frontline crew, like I talked about earlier, where that show takes place every Tuesday at 10 p.m. So, again, when you guys tune into that, he's going to be on that show. So, thank you, Brant, for tuning in, even though there's probably like 2 minutes left in this show. So, YouTube Criminal Mastermind says, Mike is killing it. Been a fan for about 2 years now. I really appreciate that. Slime says, calling 911 for Mike. He is delirious. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, it is heat stroke from teaching 8 hours of tennis. And I am in Florida. That's where I teach. And it's like freaking 95 degrees. I'm freaking senile at this point, right? And now, just to make it worse, I'm in a hot garage. That's probably like 85 degrees. And I have this fan that's blowing around hot air. So that's funny too. All right. So, Brant says, he's laughing and says, sorry, I just saw. Actually, Lisa told me that you were on. Robert says, just subscribe to Comic Frontline. Thank you, Robert. This is great, guys. I got 2 new subscribers to Comic Frontline. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. Like I said, you won't be disappointed with that show. You can watch it live on Tuesdays or you can watch it post-live. So that would be really cool, okay? YouTube Mastermind says, you got it, man. It's hot here, too. I work in an office during the day, but Florida and tennis, you're the man. And Bavarian says, what issue of Venom came out today? 16 or 17? I wanted to jump on after the War of the Realms. Would this have been good, or should I grab the next one? Kylo, shush your mouth. That's my dog barking, so he's going to be a pain in the butt now that this video is almost done. But this is Venom issue 16, so you might want to jump on right now. Shut up. All right, so last but not least, guys, Catwoman, issue 13. This is the best cover so far of the Year of the Villain. Look at that face. Look at those eyes. She looks like she's about to kick some ass, or she just got done doing a battle, or maybe she's just wiping off her lipstick. I don't know. But this is the Art Germ variant. So, really cool book. Not a fan of the actual series itself, but it is a cool book to pick up just for the covers itself. All right. So really cool book, really cool cover, and meow. All right. So the last couple of comments here. Vinny says Venom 16. Bavarian's been reading Hawkman and has been enjoying it. Robert says, haha, my dog started barking. Slime says, barking? What barking? He's hearing things. Drink some more. That's awesome. I heard Kate's on Twitter said there was printing error in Venom. That is sick. Art Germ variant. And YouTube Criminal Mastermind says the cover is amazing. So yes, I'm glad you guys enjoyed those covers. I'm happy to get them. And like I said, man, for giving me 24 bucks for getting them, can't complain, right? So great stuff here, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this comic book haul. First one in 2 weeks. I'm glad I could bring it to you live. It's going to be a mixture, you know, when I do these live comic book hauls during the day and just regular ones. It's just going to be a mixture. So whenever it's on, it's just going to be a nice treat for you guys. So YouTube Criminal Mastermind says, longer stream next time, Mike. And then Vinny says, I'll watch the beginning on the replay. Great show, Mike. Get out of that oven and stay hydrated. And Vinny says, see you, Mike. So, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0, whether it's the first time in a long time, or you've just been a long-time fan. And, guys, as always, until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayers signing off, saying good night, and I'll see you real soon. And Kylo says, thanks, guys. See you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.